welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you the main reason why I decided to leave the UK to the US. And if you have been following me for a while, you notice that I really love the UK, and I tell people to move to the UK because of the numerous opportunities that are there and the beautiful life that you can have when you are in the UK. But so many people are beginning to ask me, sending me messages asking me, okay, why did you leave the UK? So I'm going to really talk to you about the reason why I decided to leave the UK. So the first thing I will say is that I've always had this connection with the US. There is an organization that I'm dedicating this video to. It's called the International Institute for Global Leadership. I've been part of this organization for over 10 years. I'm telling you, when I started my nursing in my first year in the university, so I found this organization online. They're founded by an American and mostly supported and sponsored by Americans. And the interesting thing is that majority of the people that benefit from this organization, they are from Africa. So this organization, they basically provide books. It can be hard copy, it can be ebooks to anyone that is part of the organization, and they encourage you to read it and also tell them how you are going to use what you have learned to contribute in your environment or in your world. And so it's like a personal development organization. So at some point in that organization, someone read some of my book reviews and volunteered to mentor me, and it was completely free. I tell you, like, I read so many of their books, more than 30 physical books, new books that sometimes you tell them this is the kind of book you want to read, and they will order it straight from Amazon, and you don't have to pay for it. It's a non-profit organization, and they have won a lot of top-rated organizations. Like, for so many years, they have won top-rated organizations. So I've always thought to myself that I have this huge number of people in the US that are always cheering for me, always looking up to see that I am the best version of myself. So that is why I'm dedicating this video to them. If you've not heard about them, I'm going to leave the links to the organization. Even if you don't love books and you know someone close to you that loves books, that loves to be part of a reading culture that actually works, then you can just share this to them. It's completely free. Majority of the people that I met in this organization, they have founded their own non-profit organization in their home country. Some of them have founded so many businesses that are really thriving, and I really feel proud that I'm part of them, and I have this opportunity to have gone through so many stages in my life, still part of them, went to the UK, and now I'm in the US. So I really owe a huge part of whatever I have done and whatever I'm planning to do in my life to that organization, and that's why I'm dedicating this video to them. I moved to the UK. I already checked out the US, and when I was moving to the UK, I already talked about this in one of my videos. When I wanted to move to the UK, a lot of people were saying that UK is not a good place, you're not going to be able to make any money, you're not going to be able to study and all of that because you will not be able to afford it and everything. So I had a plan B. I was like, when I get to the UK, I'm going to write my exams and go to the US, since US seems to be the better place for studying and all of that. And I already talked about that kind of mindset isn't actually the best, because when I got to the UK, any of the negative experiences I was having, especially in the first 6 months, it was always getting me. I'll be like, oh, this is exactly what people said. Why is this happening? Or why is that happening? And so within that 6 months was when I decided, oh, I will just write my NCLEX and go to the US later. So that was the reason why I wrote the NCLEX very early and already conditioned my mind that I was going to leave the UK. Again, something that also continued to push me was that in that very first 6 months in the UK, I didn't have very good experience, and that is the reason why it was even part of the reason why I started this YouTube. Because at some point I decided that I was going to really understand how the UK works, and anybody that asks me questions on Instagram, or any of my colleagues that ask me how the UK, or they are planning to come to the UK, I quickly get them on phone and I tell them what they can do to avoid some of the challenges that I was having in my first 6 months when I came to the UK. Because it was like the agency I followed to get to the UK, once I got to that Heathrow airport and I got to my hospital, they never contacted me me again. I found it very strange because I didn't have any support. I didn't know, you know, so many things was just very strange in the first 6 months. I didn't have the very good support, like, and it is a new environment and everything. So that made me to continue nursing that mindset that I was going to leave the UK. But as I mentioned in my video when I finished my contract, as I mentioned in so many of my videos, if you have been following me, is that it gets better. So by the time I was getting comfortable in the UK, understanding the system and everything, my US process has already gone far. So it was kind of a huge dilemma whether to continue staying in the UK or to move to the US and everything. But I was also living in London. A lot of things are very expensive. I usually have very bad experience with finding accommodation. I just said that, so ultimately, if I had continued studying in the UK, I would have moved from London to maybe the countryside because it would be a lot cheaper. So instead of moving from London to the countryside, I just said, okay, it makes sense to still move from London to the US, since I have that option to also experiment to see how the US is. So that is one of the main reasons, again, why I decided to move to the US. Again, one thing that I really hold highly in my heart is to continue to study. When I got to the UK, immediately got an admission with London School of Tropical Medicine, and as you may guess, I did not continue with that admission. The reason is because of the fees, and again it's because I didn't have the time. When I work in the, if you want to make anything extra to even support yourself in the UK, you may not even have time for the schooling and everything. I was working full-time, family and all of that, so it was not just possible for me to continue with that admission. So, and it kept me like, it's almost like I wasn't achieving what I planned to achieve in the UK. And I noticed that so many of my colleagues in the US, once they get to the US, they are upgrading, they are getting their masters, they are getting, you know, moving on. So I felt maybe it is easier to study in the US. So I decided to just push on and get. So again, because of that organization I mentioned, the International Institute for Global Leadership, while I was in Nigeria, I was running an organization for young women where I encourage them to go for their dream and be better, talk to them about healthy living, and also encourage them to go for their dreams. So while I was working with these young women, I quickly realized that more, like, it's not just what I tell them, but it's also what I do. So I told myself that for me to even motivate these people even more, I have to make sure that I also develop myself. I have to make sure that I study. If I'm encouraging them to study, that means I also want to show them the importance of studying and what it can do in their life. So I made sure I tried to finish well in my school. I also made sure that I go for higher degrees. I was just trying to be a better model, a better mentor to any of those young women that was around me. And that is what I keep doing, because going back and looking forward and going back to some of them, I noticed that some of them are doing amazingly well. It might not be just because of that organization, but it's something that I have left with them, that they can actually go for their dreams and everything. Many of them are carrying it into what they are doing in their lives. One thing though I will encourage anyone watching this video is that my story is going to be different from your own story. The whole thing depends on you. So UK is a very good place. I respect the UK so much. It's a very good place to grow in your career and grow and make money. Even people are making a lot of money as nurses in the UK. But the thing is that it depends on you. You have to study the system. You have to understand how things work, and over time it gets better. You might have challenges just like me. You may have challenges in the beginning and all of that, but just tell yourself that it's going to get better. It's going to get better. If I had continued to stay in the UK, I have no doubt that I'm going to continue to do well. But then, and as I am in the US, I have also made that decision that I'm going to do well. I'm going to make sure I do what I can to live the best life that I can, to contribute in my community, to continue to grow and to continue to inspire people. And I really wish you the very best if you are in the UK, and if you also want to come to the US, I will embrace you, and I will really encourage you to go for it, because I believe that anywhere you are, you can still be the best version of yourself. I share the International Institute for Global Leadership to any young person or anybody around you. It's actually an amazing platform for you to take that responsibility to grow your life, to develop your life, to go for your dreams. It's an excellent place and platform. Even if people don't talk to you, it's like a decision for you to really chart your own path. And I respect America for that kind of platform and for that opportunity that they've given me to keep seeing people that are living their dreams, and to also know that there are people that will continue to donate to a cause that so many people in their environment are not even benefiting from, but people from Africa are benefiting majorly from this, and they keep donating. So I really appreciate everyone who have donated to this organization in the past that are in America. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in my next video.